By learning data analysis, data science, and artificial intelligence, most of the people feel creating visualization needs lines of coding. But if you know pandas clearly, it is very simple to create visualization with just 2 to 5 lines of coding, which is very easy. Now, in this video, we are going to see how to use a simple coding for creating amazing visualizations. And that could be easy for a user to understand what is going on inside our data. Let's get started. For working with that, the first thing what you have to do is you just need to install the visualization tools. So in this scenario, what you are going to do is you are going to import all the libraries. For that, let me run all the files. So the first thing what you are going to do is I'm going to import pandas, seaborn, and matplotlib library. Here I'm going to work with a dataset that's available online, that is tips dataset. This tips dataset is a restaurant dataset where, based on total bill, most of the people are giving tips to the workers who are working there. So this is about the tips, how it differs based on the total bill, the group of people based on gender, likewise. So these are all the columns that we have in this dataset. So by giving df.head, I am just trying to see the first 5 rows of my given dataset. So I directly loaded this from Seaborn library, this particular dataset tips. The first chart that we are going to see, that we are going to create, is data frame based plot. This chart is specifically used for understanding how particular single numerical column is being distributed. Specifically in this data set, if I just want to see how my total bill column is being distributed, for that I can use this chart. See in coding how simple it is. The first thing is I'm just giving df because I'm calling the data frame. Then I am using the column name total bill. Followed by that, I'm giving dot plot because I need to create a plot. Inside the plot, I'm giving the type of chart that I need to create using kind equal to. If I'm giving hist here, it says to the Python coding, I'm going to create a histogram. This title is equal to distribution of total bill. It's completely customizable. Based on your requirement and based on what you want to see here on the top of this chart, you can give it. This bins is equal to 20. It is the number of bars that I'm creating in this histogram. When I give 20, this 20 number of bars will be created. Finally, I need to close this and I need to give plot.show. This chart will be created like this. See how easy it is to create a histogram using just pandas. That's why I told that it is very easy to create visualizations even if you are a beginner. You need not memorize any coding, you need not feel exhausted. It is such a simple thing. The second chart that we are going to create is auto index based time plot. So most of the people misunderstand the word trend when it comes to data because they understand in a way trend is just a pattern. We will get it from time series data. Based on time, if a particular data is deviated, for example, if we have 12 months, if you are calculating sales of a particular product, in the month of May, we'll be having peak sales, right? So that is particularly considered as a trend. So based on timeline, I'm understanding something, so it is called as trend. No, that alone is not a trend. Let's try to understand what is trend. We are decoding it now. So if you are still confused about the word trend in data, listen carefully. When not representing time series, a trend in data visualization is defined as a consistent long-term movement, relationship, or structure within data that shows an increasing, decreasing, or stationary pattern, often identified through regression, distribution analysis, rather than chronological sequence. So other than time series data, in a particular numerical data, if I see a sudden increase or decrease, which is completely deviated from a normal average value, an average minimum or average maximum, it is not in between the range, it is completely deviated. It might be very less, it might be very high. So that increasing or decreasing value or a particular stable value for a long time, it is called as a trend, not just based on time series, it is going to differ. This is also a trend. You should keep this in mind. So For understanding the trend, we'll be using the start auto index based time plot. So for creating that, the first thing that you need to do is I'm creating a variable df shorter to store the values of a particular column in increasing order. I'm going to do the sorting process. So for this particular column total bill, I'm going to do the sorting. Look into the coding now. So inside this variable name, I'm giving df.sort values. Then I'm giving opening and closing bracket, inside which I'm giving by equal to total bill, because for this particular column alone, I'm doing this. I'm giving reset index drop is equal to true. Why? Because in this scenario, in original data, it shouldn't be affecting it. So that is why I'm doing this. The second line I'm giving df sorted of total bill dot plot, because this column need to be plotted here after sorting. Then I'm giving title is equal to, and I'm giving the title that I want to see on the top of the start. So the title for the start that I have given here is auto index based total bill trend. Finally, I need to close the bracket and I need to give plot dot show. This chart will be beautifully created. See how beautiful and how it is easy to create this chart. That is why I'm telling in pandas we can do it in an easy way. The third chart that we are going to see is multi-column comparison chart. This chart is about comparing the categories and seeing how numerical values differ in a particular column. So day wise I'm seeing how total bill differs. If I have 4 different days in which my restaurant will be open, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So in these 4 days I just want to see in which day most of the people are eating more. The total bill column I am comparing and seeing. And I am also trying to understand the tip. So in category wise also we could do, but here specifically what I'm doing is I'm just comparing two numerical columns and seeing and understanding how it differs. So here the two numerical columns that I took into consideration is tips and total bill. So for this, the coding part that I need to use is I'm giving df of total bill comma tip. I'm giving two square opening and closing bracket because I'm using more than one column here. Then I'm giving dot plot and I'm giving kind is equal to box because I need to create a box plot here. Followed by that I'm giving title, which is completely customizable. Then I'm giving plot dot show. It will create a chart like this. So for total bill and tip, it is creating a box plot from which I can understand if it has outlier or not. So by looking into this diagram, the scatters like something is there, right? The dots, that is called as outlier. Outlier is something, a data that is deviated from the average minimum or average maximum. The fourth chart that we are going to see is group by visualization. So this is specifically a chart which we use often for comparing a particular numerical value column alone based on categories. So here, so the case study that I told for the previous chart, right? That is exactly what we are applying here. So day wise, I'm comparing the average total bill. In restaurants, in my restaurant, if I'm keeping Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, I'm keeping it open. So based on day wise, I'm seeing in which day the average total bill is high. It's common that in Sunday it will be high. So when it comes to weekdays, Thursday or Friday, where in Thursday I could see the average total bill is high. So for taking this kind of insights based on categories, I'll be using this chart. Now let's see how to create it simply. I need to give the first thing is I need to give df.groupby because I need to group these two columns. The first column that I need to give is the categorical column inside a normal opening and closing bracket. Followed by that, I need to give the numerical column total bill inside a opening and closing square bracket. Followed by that, I'll be giving dot mean because I need to find the mean value and create the chart based on the mean value. When I give plot based on whatever I have given inside this group by, it will be creating the plot. Inside the plot, I need to mention which type of chart that I'm going to create. Here I am going to create a bar chart. So I mentioned kind is equal to bar. Finally, the title and I'm giving plot.show. The final chart is created like this. So using simple line of coding, I created this chart. See, based on day wise, I can understand how the total average total bill differs. On Sunday it is high, followed by that on Saturday it is high. In weekdays, Thursday it's comparatively higher than Friday. So this kind of insights I can take from this chart. The final chart that we are going to see is quick multi-chart area. Why it is quick? because it is going to use very easy lines of coding, very simple line of coding, and it is completely time. It's going to take very less amount of time. Let's see how to create df.plot because I'm going to create a plot. Then I'm giving kind is equal to scatter because the type of star that I'm going to create is scatter plot. Then I'm just calling the column names for x, total bill, for y-axis, bill, tip, based on total bill, how the trip differs. This is what I'm trying to understand by this chart. Then I'm giving the title name as total bill versus tip relationship. This is the name of my chart. At the last, I'm giving plot.show. This chart will be created. Is this tough? Is it hard to understand? Everything in this coding is very simple. Even a teenager or school kid could understand. So that is why I'm telling the visualizations that we are going to create is not going to be easy in every scenario. If you learn these basics, it is going to get much easier. So you need not go and consult ChatGPT for every line of coding. If you often make changes to this and you try to explore so many things, you will learn to do everything on your own. So I hope this video helped you a lot in understanding how to create charts with very simple line of coding just by using pandas. So yes, bye for now. We'll meet you in next amazing video. If you have any doubts, without hesitation, drop them in comments.